I actually have an AMA set up with Kieran. I'm going to ask him these questions. Here are 3 things you can be doing right now to prepare yourself for Illuvium Open Beta. We don't have a launch date for the Open Beta, but you really shouldn't be sitting around just waiting for it to come. Do these 3 things to make sure you're prepared for the launch. If you're lucky enough to be in the private beta right now, you can obviously play the game to prepare for the gameplay. But in this video, I'm going to be covering something a little different than the gameplay itself. I'm going to be covering how you can prepare financially, what kind of tracking and spreadsheets you might want to have ready to go, and how you can plan to scale up in Illuvium if you're going to be looking at this like your business. So first, let's get into how we're going to prepare financially. I'm going to go through 2 things that I've been involved in that's helping me prepare financially. This video is not about these 2 projects, and I'm going to cover them very quickly, but I promise you I will make my point once we get through it. So the first thing I'm in is something called the Drip Network. So quick and simple explanation. You buy some of the Drip token, you put it into what they call the faucet, and you get paid out 1% every day. The price has gone down significantly, but I'm still getting that 1% return of those tokens. Once you accumulate these tokens, you have 2 options. You can either claim those tokens, and you're taking them out of the protocol, or you can choose to what they call hydrate. In this way, you're just compounding what you have, adding more into what they call the faucet, so you're getting more of a return each and every day. Now, I was compounding for a while, but a few months ago, I decided to start taking profits. And even though the coin's down significantly, I've been able to accumulate about 125 drip at a current price of around $6, which means I'm earning about $6.50 per day. And I'm pulling that out once every week or 2. The other project I'm in is Fancy Birds. Now the FNC token, like everything else, is down quite a bit, but you can still get an APR of over 100% just from staking. And that's not including the FNC you can earn from playing the game or having scholars. You can see here I have over 31,000 tokens staked right now, and I'm earning about 1,000 of these tokens every 2 or 3 days. So what I'm doing from both of these projects is I'm taking those profits, I'm moving them onto an exchange or my MetaMask wallet, and I'm slowly dollar cost averaging into either ILV or SILV2. So just with these 2 projects, even in the low of the bear market, I'm able to accumulate enough crypto to buy about 1 ILV or 2 SILV2 each and every week. And what I'm trying to get at here is find a way to make more crypto. And that's not including anything I'm adding from my normal bank account. Figuring out ways to have your crypto make more crypto is going to be a sustainable way for you to fund the ILV game and even make a profit in the end. So forget the 2 specific projects I just mentioned. Find a project that works for you and compound that crypto. This is not financial advice. Do your own research. This is just what I'm doing, and it's working for me. So the next thing I want to talk about is tracking your progress. Now the game's going to start. You're going to be putting ETH or SILV2 into the game. You might be selling some things in the market. You want a good way to keep track of all of this. So this is just an example of a spreadsheet I made up specifically for Illuvium 0. Basically, it'll cover your costs, what you've acquired in the game, what you've sold in the game, and just your overall profit and loss. You can see the example I have laid out here. The first 4 slots are the 4 plots of land that I bought for myself back in June during the land sale. As you can see for the action, there's 3 options. These are going to be cost, acquired, or sold. And depending on what you choose, it brings the total over to the right column. And this helps you keep everything in chronological order, but also separate your costs from what you're making in the game. You can see under the columns crypto and USD price. You select which crypto, whether you bought something with SILV2 or you bought or sold something using ETH. And for the USD price, you're putting the current price during that date. Well, you can see that the first tier 2 plot of land I bought, I spent 9.1 SILV2. But at the time of the land sale, the SILV2 price was $174. Which is much better than the current price it's sitting at, which is around 33. So I think I made a pretty good choice by spending that on land. But this also helps you keep track of how things are in US dollars or any fiat you choose. Because if you buy an item that, say, 1 ETH, and 1 ETH at the time is worth $1,000, but then you sell it for 1 ETH a month later, and ETH is worth $2,000, then technically you made $1,000 on that trade. There's a section here for your total assets. For Illuvium 0, you're going to put your plots of land, any blueprints or skins that you created or found within the game, and any crypto you have in the wallet. You can put the floor value or the average value just to give you an idea of what you have for your total. And you can see in the right box over here is going to give you your realized profit and loss. So it's going to look at those bottom columns of the cost, the acquired, and the sold. And then the green column on the left is going to look at the total wallet value added together with that realized profit and loss to to give you a total profit and loss. What you're seeing right here is actually what my wallet is sitting at right now. Even with prices dropping pretty significantly, I'm actually pretty close to a break even right now for Illuvium 0. I already have this set up for the main game or any other games that come into the Illuvium ecosystem, because I have these drop-down menus that allow you to put in alluvials and shards, and even for like Illuvitars as well. I keep a little calculator right on that spreadsheet, so anytime you're logging, a purchase or a sale of an item, you can see right there what the current price of the coin is. And the last thing I want to cover is have a plan to scale up. And just like any business that you might be starting on your own, you only have so much time that you can dedicate to that business. So what do? You get employees to help run that business because they can put more time into it. So in GameFi, what we call that is scholars. Now, obviously, Illuvium isn't out yet, so you can't have scholars for Illuvium. But trust me, I've been doing this for a while. You don't want to start finding your first scholars when the Illuvium game starts. And you really don't want to be learning that process when the game starts either. At these current prices, it doesn't take a lot to get into some of these other projects, like, say, Fancy Bird or Axie Infinity. But trust me, if you get in with just a little bit, find a scholar or two just to figure out how that dynamic works. And it might even help you find a really good scholar that you might want to take over and offer a spot to in Illuvium. Different games have a different way of managing these scholars. One way that Fancy Birds does is they have an in-game lending system, which makes it very easy. You slide a little bar for the percentage that you want to give to the lender and to yourself. You plug in their MetaMask address, click send, and they can start playing. Another game like Axie does it more manually. You can see right here, I actually have to make multiple accounts. I send certain Axies that I want into those new accounts. Then I'm able to give a username and password to the scholars and they can go in and play it. And then I can manually go in there whenever I like, divvy up the earned crypto, pay out the scholar, pay myself. And again, in Axie, it would just be gifting your Axie to another one of your own accounts. It's still a little unclear how this will work for Illuvium, whether it be Illuvium Land or Illuvium the main game. I actually have an AMA set up with Kieran, and that should be out in about a week and a half from now. I'm going to ask him these questions. And hopefully he has the answers for us, and we can continue the process of planning for when this is going to happen. Now, if you are thinking about trying out this scholarship idea, even at that low level just to get your feet wet in it, then feel free to find my Discord in the link below. I actually set this Discord up as a way to get scholars in, to have the investors or the managers in there as well. I call it GameFi Contact because I want to help investors contact scholars and start these relationships. So again, link down below. Join it, tag me, send me a message. I can definitely help you get started with this if you're interested. And one last bonus for you is just to know that you have help. And where can you find that help? Right here on my YouTube. So go ahead, subscribe to this. I'm going to be making content all about this, how you can make money in Illuvium, whether it's through the open world, Illuvium 0, scholarships, playing the game yourself. Any way I can find out how to make money in Illuvium, I'm going to be doing it for myself, and I'm going to be making videos to help you do it as well.